sharp price. It's a clearance price. Hey, what we're talking about are forged cutlery sets with sheaths,
yes,
which is a fancy word for cover.
Right.
And these are going to be an important set of knives in your kitchen because you taught me two things over the years. Well, you taught me many things over the years. But two of the things I remember most, the most used vessel in my kitchen is the skillet.
Yes.
And a good set of knives will last my whole home cooking career.
Absolutely. And I always tell people there are two things you have to have. You have to have good cookware and you have to have good knives, right? Now, of the cookware, the most used are the skillets. And of the knives, the most used is the chef's knife,
yes, ma'am.
right? So this is a chef's knife. This is made of a hardened steel. It's a full tang knife, which means the blade goes all the way into the handle and then the handle's wrapped around. Now the handle, David, is a beautiful non-slip handle. I don't know if you must have.
I have.
Yeah.
And one thing that also really struck me, look at the balance.
Yeah.
If this were not a well-made knife, it would tip to one side or the other. This is beautifully balanced.
And not only well balanced, but I think it's well weighted. Sometimes you get a knife and it's super, super heavy. That means you're doing more work. In addition to cutting through the foods, you're actually having to carry the knife. But when you have a knife that's well weighted, you don't have to. Now, this is 3 knives. So you're getting the big chef's knife that you need for all your big jobs. And you're also getting the paring knife, which you need for your small jobs. But this is the 3rd knife in the set, and it's called a Nakiri knife. It's a Japanese vegetable knife to go through vegetables, and it has grooves. I'll show you how this works. Do you want to do that first?
Let me just hit colors real
Sure.
quickly and tell everyone we have this in the driftwood, which is gorgeous.
Yes, it is.
And we're more limited in the driftwood. And then over here is denim blue, of course.
Of course.
Of course. And here are the Blue Jean Chef sheaths. Now these are uncovered, but obviously they'll fit inside here. Can you sharpen these knives?
You can absolutely sharpen these knives. I always recommend to home cooks to get their knives sharpened professionally once a year, and otherwise through any of those home knife sharpeners that you find
that
on
we
QVC.
offer here on QVC. And also, to clean these, wash them by hand.
Yes, and I say that about every chef knife. It doesn't take long. It's very easy to do that.
And if you're new to QVC and making this purchase tonight, opening up your first account, use the promo code FREESHIP. We're going to give you free shipping on this item and every item you order until the end of January 2023. How you doing?
So this is your Japanese vegetable knife. Now it's a knife that goes up and down. You see it's not curved here, but when you do this, look how quickly I can make coleslaw if I wanted to. Right? No problem going through those foods. It also is special because it is grooved. Those grooves on a knife do something for you. It actually allows a little air to get between the knife and the food. And when there's air there, there's less friction. When there's less friction, the food doesn't stick to the knife blade.
And
That's
you're not
important.
working as hard. The knife is doing the job.
Exactly.
These, a comparable brand of these knives at retail would be $78.65. We're at $24.98. It's an amazing buy. Don't miss out on this opportunity. You've got a lot of food prep that's going to be going on between now and the holiday season. You've got someone on your gift list who loves to cook. Meredith will be the first to tell you, a trained chef but a home cooking instructor at her heart and at her core. She'll tell you a good set of knives will last your entire career in the kitchen.
Absolutely, David, especially when the knives are hardened steel. So hardened steel is going to hold its edge really well. Full tang means that blade goes all the way into the handle, so you're actually holding the handle when you hold the knife, right? That's important. Now you'll see with the Nakiri knife, it actually has a straight edge, so it's not giving you wavy cuts or anything like that. It's still a straight cut. The chef's knife is the knife that you're going to use for all those really important things. Like for instance, maybe you're just even cutting some fudge.
Some chocolate fudge.
Over the holiday, and you just need to go through and make that nice, thin, crisp
Here's a question
line.
for you that may or may not have anything to do with the knives. If you're going to make a special treat for the holidays to give as a gift, what would it be?
Ooh. If I make a special gift,
Uh-huh.
like, you know what? I think actually making vinegars is really nice for people.
Oh, seasoned vinegars.
Flavored vinegars are really nice.
Oh,
to do.
very nice. All right, good.
So the other thing that we do sometimes over the holidays, you make a cinnamon buns. This is a beautiful knife to use.
These cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon rolls. Yeah, these are raw, right? So before you actually, are you giggling?
I'm giggling because I love cinnamon rolls so much.
Well, these are raw. You can't eat them.
No, I wouldn't. But would you cook these in a regular oven or for air fryer?
You could do either. I actually have a recipe for air fryer cinnamon buns, but of course then you take your baking pan, you pop them on their side. But that Nakiri knife does a great job of going through things that you don't want to crush, right? You don't want to crush that.
Or rip or tear.
Or rip or tear. So you can do that with things like cinnamon buns. Even when I'm cutting butter for, you know, I needed 2 tablespoons of butter, you grab the Nakiri knife, because that Nakiri knife with the grooves really makes a difference.
Let me show you what you're getting, or what you're choosing from and getting. You're getting a paring knife, a chef's knife, and the Nakiri knife. This is driftwood. I only have 4,800 left in driftwood. They're going very quickly. You get all 3 knives for $24.98.
That's
or
crazy.
Blue denim.
Yeah.
And you get the same 3 knives, paring knife, chef's knife, and Nakiri knife, all with their protective sheaths. Yes, these can be sharpened, and yes, they're going to be important for you to wash by hand like any good knife, right?
Absolutely. You know, I always put my chef's knives. It takes no time at all to clean a chef's knife. I mean, look, boom, I'm done. Why would you need to put that in the dishwasher? In the dishwasher, the problem is knives can bang around, and when they bang around, that's when you're going to hurt the edge of your knife. But here's something else that Nakiri knife does so beautifully is fresh mozzarella cheese.
Which is mostly liquid.
Right, and because you don't want to crush that log of mozzarella cheese, you use this knife, and the grooves allow those slices just to move away. It can slide more easily through the cheese because of the grooves allowing a little air in between, but it also doesn't crush that cheese.
Would you put this on pizza by chance?
Oh, pizza.
You love pizza, don't you?
Oh, I love pizza.
Almost as much as you love chocolate.
I'm almost speechless and wanting to cry a little bit. Yeah. But how about pizza and then chocolate? I could do that, you know?
Yeah.
But there we go. So easy to do things like that. But that's just the Nakiri knife. You're getting 3 knives in this set. So you're also going to get the chef's knife. So that chef's knife is great when you're cutting through, I mean, things like tomatoes. Tomato is a nightshade vegetable.
Right.
And nightshade vegetables have very hard skins. So they actually are harder to cut through the skin. But look how this knife glides through. It makes it a pleasure. We have to cook sometimes 3 times a day. And before you cook, you have to cut something. So when you are able to cut something so easily,
look how beautiful.
It makes it more enjoyable to do so. Here, David, you do this one.
Okay, thanks.
It's so nice. Now, of course, you can't do everything with the big knife because sometimes things are small, like a strawberry, but that's where the paring knife, isn't that beautiful?
Oh, glides.
I mean, it makes it more enjoyable to do the prep work when you have a knife that works.
Look at these gorgeous, almost see-through slices. Now, my granddad would call that a mater sandwich. He put that on white bread with mayonnaise and a little black pepper and salt.
Beautiful.
And Grandma used to grow her own tomatoes, big beefsteaks in the backyard. She asked for a little vegetable garden. Grandpa tilled up the whole backyard.
You gotta be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, I think he knew what he was doing, right? Because he knew that she would plant, and she did. And we ate, oh my word, I can't even begin to tell you.
I mean,
look at the size of me.
Yeah.
So, really fantastic. And she would grow the best corn on the cob. It was like candy. It was bright yellow. I don't know what the name of it was.
Well,
my mom
you
would
probably
know.
ate it so fresh.
Oh my word! Right out of her garden, and she would boil it on top of the stove, and it was sweet like candy, and bright yellow like the sun.
Beautiful.
Oh, gorgeous! It is so good to see you. Happy
Always
holidays
good
to
to
you.
see you too.
Nice to have you back. We'll see you in 2023.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
All right, our today only value is